Land degradation is a pressing challenge impacting the sustainability of our environment, food security and livelihoods across Africa. The Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development through the GMES Africa program is addressing this issue. Here's a story from one of our end users.
The initial discussion with the Regional Center, just at the initiation of the project, the GMES project, was that we had identified our needs as a government agency. And one of them, of course, was to do with the land degradation, mapping of land degradation across all the 47 counties. Just to see maybe which areas can be rehabilitated in a bid to expand agriculture in the country. But then as we were even in this discussion on how we can enhance agricultural expansion, we also identified that the government of Kenya had now prioritized the 15 billion tree planting initiative, where the country is expected to plant 15 billion by 2032. And this is now a presidential flagship program where DRCRS now is being utilized to ensure that actually we do evaluation and monitoring of the program. So to do this, also one of the areas that we are looking at is even as the country is planting trees, more trees, to achieve the 15 billion target, they must be guided using scientific approach to be able to locate which areas are more degraded in each county, so that now you can prioritize which areas to plant the trees. And this is one area that actually through the GMES program and of course through the regional center support, we have been able to guide the government of Kenya to actually plan very well in terms of planting of the trees in the country.
We are supporting the DRSRS as an institution of Kenya engaged in land restoration activities with a land degradation index map. This land degradation index map is a product that has been generated using Earth observation satellite data through the monitoring of the driving factors of land degradation. Some of these driving factors include vegetation cover loss, rainfall erosivity, we have soil erodibility, and we are also looking at the topography, the terrain, and the influence of livestock population densities. These are data sets we have derived from geospatial data sets, and we are able to integrate them using GIS software and tools to be able to come up with a land degradation index map that can support the Ministry of Environment and DRSRS to be able to identify the degradation status of Kenya.
The GMES Africa program, it is actually addressing other thematic areas, like the geographic vector data initiative, and then we also have land degradation, and I think wetland, if I'm not wrong. So we are looking at, of course, also advising the Ministry of Environment to see how they can utilize the products, the wetland products being generated by the program, to see how they can enhance water availability for agricultural production. That's one area that we're looking at. But then again, also for the Ministry of Environment, as you are aware, they are, because of climate change, of course, we are looking at how you can expand the forest cover across the country, so that we can address the climate change shocks. Of course, we as a government agency, we are also trying to bring together all other departments to see how they can embrace the products from GMES and Africa. And I think one of the stakeholder workshops that we did in Nairobi, which was supported by African Union and of course the GMES program, was now to bring together all the government agencies that are utilizing Earth observed data and see how we can now bring them on board to support them through guidance by DRCRS. This is an app that was actually developed mainly with the support of DRCRS to help the government of Kenya be able to monitor the success story as far as the tree planting is concerned. So what's happening is that the members of the public are able to stream their data, the geospatial data, directly into the geoportal, and then we're able to populate the number of tree seedlings that are planted per county. So every day, if you check on the geoportal, you'll see that there's an increase in number of tree seedlings. And so we also intend in this financial year, we're looking at how now we can integrate with other observation data to be able now to do what we call evaluation and monitoring, so that we can support the Office of the President to quantify in terms of what is now the cover now using remote sensing technology.
Other users, especially those that are dealing with reporting on the Sustainable Development Goal 15.3, that is chaired by the Ministry of Environment, have also found the land degradation index map to be very useful in helping them to report on how they are achieving land degradation neutrality in the country. And this is very significant because the land degradation index map is able to give the stakeholder information on how much of the country is degraded. So we have generated a baseline data set from land use, land productivity, and soil organic carbon that generates a land degradation map that informs the Ministry of Environment too, to be able to define how much of the country is degraded. And this being a baseline from 2015 to 2020 and 2025, they are able to keep track and monitor the change in degradation. And we are doing this leveraging satellite data, whereby since we have a huge archive of historical satellite data, we are able to provide them with up-to-date information that can enable them identify the progression of land degradation in the country. In terms of dissemination of the land degradation index map, we are distributing this product using our official GeoPortal channels, whereby any user can freely log into the website and download the land degradation index map. So the GeoPortal is very, very significant, especially for wide coverage, for wide viewing of the public. In other instances, we have had to rely on email and also use of social media platforms to attract specific groups of people who have interest in land degradation. We've managed to share this land degradation product, especially with the young generation, who through the social media channels, who are very conversant with the social media pages, and they provide feedback and usage of the land degradation map. The other channel of dissemination of the product has been physical hand delivery. Again, we are dealing with champion users of land degradation service. These champion users, we have had to go to them physically and showcase and share this product so that they can fully appreciate the benefit and the utilization of the land degradation index.
RCMRD, in partnership with the GMES and Africa program, continues to drive innovation and collaboration in the fight against land degradation. The Land Degradation Index Map is just one of the many tools helping us build a sustainable and resilient future for Africa.